Hey, what's up, Logos Personal Finance students? It is Tuesday, July 7th. It is the start of our second to last week of term 6, second to last week of the 2019-2020 school year. So yeah, we have 4 days this week and then 4 more days next week, and that's it. So 8 more days. We are in the final sprint. Let's keep up the good work that we've been doing all term and finish out strong. Hope you all had a good holiday weekend. Hopefully it was safe and restful, and you're all recharged and ready to go for this final sprint, final countdown to the finish line. It's day 69 overall of this e-learning thing, and like I said, we only have 8 more days, including today, before we're done with this school year. And we can start enjoying our summer break as we look towards next school year. So let's get right into it. Let's go ahead and take a look at our Blackbaud. And there we are. We look at our Blackbaud bulletin board for this class, Personal Finance. We have our e-learning instructions. We have our next Zoom meeting taking place in just a couple days on Thursday. And then we have our link, of course, to the daily YouTube message. Gotta give a plug for that. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And then we have our link, most important, to econlowdown.org. So let's go ahead and check that out, Econ Lowdown. It takes us to our login page. I got my login, my student code and password. Everyone should have their student code and password and be logging in regularly. A lot of you have been doing that. If you haven't been doing that, good news. You have 2 weeks to get logged in and do some work, and you will earn credit for this term. That's not my policy. That's Kathy's policy. So take this gift. If you've been slacking off this term, you haven't done any work, you only got to do work for the next 2 weeks. Bing, bang, boom. You earn credit for the term. So you need to get those student code and passwords to log in for term 6. If you haven't already, I'll be sending those out to you all shortly. But let's go ahead and scroll down. For those of you who have been keeping up, you can see all the work that you've been working on. You can see your status on all that work, so you can make sure that you're all caught up. You should have a grade or status submitted, right, if it's not graded yet. If you don't have status submitted or a grade, that means you haven't done it yet. It's missing. You need to work on that over the next couple weeks. But if we scroll all the way down, we keep going, you see I have not finished a couple, but the most recent is today's assignment, banks and alternatives. So let's take a look at banks and alternatives. This is a pretty short one. It's a video Q&A. It has about 5-minute long video, and it's got 5 multiple choice questions to go with the quiz. So let's take a look at this video real quick. See if it works with the sound and everything. Personal Finance Conversations. Banks and alternatives.
Payday and title lenders, pawn shops, check cashing, and prepaid cards all have in common?
They all have to do with money.
They do all have to do with money, specifically your money. And yeah, on any given block in any given city, you might find all those businesses, but there's one other thing they all have in common. Can you guess what it is? Well, it turns out that they all provide financial services that are traditionally provided by banks and credit unions. It also turns out that in almost all cases, banks and credit unions charge much less for these services than the corner shops we see all over town.
So you remember the question from last week, do you have a bank account? And I tried to talk about this a little bit in the Zoom meeting. There's no good reason not to have a bank account. And you can have an account at a bank or a credit union. It costs you money to not have a bank account. It doesn't cost you any money to have a bank account, but it costs you money to not have a bank account. Because if you don't have a bank account, you need this kind of things.
You'll need your car title, and in the case
if you need to borrow money, this is where you have to go, and it costs a lot more than going to a bank. If you need,
a few minutes later with a handful of cash. Unfortunately,
if you need something to carry around to have access to your cash, you need to get a prepaid card, and those prepaid cards charge fees.
385%, and maybe even as high as 575% on that loan. Many credit unions, on the other hand, participate in a program designed to be a lower-cost alternative to payday, title, and pawn loans. The short-term small loan program has a maximum APR of just 28%.
That's a much better deal.
Wait, what? What's that mean in real dollars?
Yeah, what does that mean in real
Alright,
dollars?
let's make a little chart and have a look.
God,
So
I
let's
hate
imagine
charts.
that we take a $300 loan and agree to pay it off in 2 months.
Okay.
With an average payday lender rate of 385%,
Woo!
that means that in addition to paying back our original $300, we'll also be paying $65 in interest to the payday lender. Whoa. With the 28% interest rate charged by the credit union, on the other hand, we'll pay back our original $300 plus a more modest $9 in interest. And if you aren't able to pay back your payday, title, or pawn loan,
all right.
well, you can roll the loans over for another.
So that right there, right? $65 versus $9 seems like a pretty easy choice. And again, it costs nothing to have a bank account at a credit union. You just got to go there and sign up. And if you're under 18, you have to go there with your parents. But other than that, that's it. All right, I think I got this. I think I've got this. Let's go ahead and take the quiz. Let's see. All right, so there's 5 questions, like I said, multiple choice, and let's zoom in so we can get a better look at this. What's going on here with this question? All right, number 1, how do prepaid cards differ from using a standard debit card? So I mentioned that. You can get a prepaid Visa card or MasterCard, right? You go to Walgreens or wherever, you buy it, you put as much money on it as you want, right? You pay a fee to put money on it. Sometimes they charge you a fee to maintain money on it, like a monthly fee. Number of fees, right? A debit card, if you have a bank account at a credit union, they give you a debit card. You have access to all your money in your account at the credit union, no fees. Now, every bank and credit union is different, so some banks and credit unions might charge some fees, right? You have to, shop around. But there are definitely, I'm telling you, they're out there. So if you go to a bank or a credit union and they are charging you a fee to have a debit card, don't get an account there. Find one that doesn't charge you that fee. They exist. You have to do your research. Let's see, is it true or false? Banks and credit unions typically charge much less for the same financial services that payday lenders, pawn shops, and check cashing centers offer. That's true. Next question. Typically, how much is a check cashing place typically charge to cash a check? Check cashing place. They have these, they're usually like a corner store, like a convenience store, where they will, sell you food, they'll sell you gas, and then they'll cash your paycheck for you, right? They charge you for that. They charge you 3.5% of the total check amount. That is correct, right? So you're getting a paycheck for, $300 from your workplace. You need to cash that check, turn it into money. You got to pay them $10 just to turn that check into money for you. Which type of loan can you easily acquire with just an ID, social security card, paycheck stub, and bank account number? So you have to have a bank account to get this. So why would you go there? Why don't you just have a credit union? These are usually for people who have very poor credit and can't obtain a loan otherwise. That's a payday loan. They call that because you got to pay them back by the time of your next payday. And the last question, 5 of 5. Which type of loan requires you to trade something valuable you own, like jewelry or tools, for cash? You're putting this valuable thing up as collateral, right? You can get it back if you pay back the loan. If you don't pay back the loan, you lose the stuff. You lose your jewelry. You lose your tools. And that is called a pawn shop loan. Most people know what pawn shops are now because of these stupid reality shows that are on TV about pawn shops. All right, that is correct. And that right there, my friends, is a 100% quiz. So there you go. You go ahead and take it yourself. Watch the video, take the quiz, get 100%. And if you have any questions or concerns, as always, let me know. Otherwise, let's have a great week. Peace.